3 basic knots that every grip in electric should know. I got a comment asking about knots, so let's go over some. These are 3 knots that are super simple and can be used for just about anything. So the first one is the clove hitch. Simplest one that everyone should know, and it is probably the most versatile and easiest to actually tie. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your long end of the rope and go over your object, bring it back, come around, and make a type of X there. Then what you're gonna do is come through, bring that through the X, the free end, and then just pull everything nice and tight. And what you should be left with is a type of like X knot here. If you can see that, we got a cross hash there. This is good for most things, but a lot of people just like to actually add what's called a half hitch. So it's just like that. I'll do that one more time. You come around the back of the rope, through the hole, and then pull it tight. And then that's your clove hitch with 2 half hitches. Very secure knot. The more you pull on it, the more it's gonna tighten up here at the X. So it's great for loads that are heavy. It's not gonna slip on you. Starting again, we go over, bring it around the back, bring it through that hole we just made, and then pull it tight. And then give it a half hitch, 2 if you're really superstitious. And there we go. Now that's our clove hitch. Next one I'm going to show you is the Bowline. Now there's a lot of different variations, but this is the way I do it. Keeps it easy, quick and easy. There's 2 different ways to tie this. You can tie it over an object, or you could tie it just by itself and have a loop. So I'll show you both ways. So the first way, if we want to tie around like a handle of something, let's say, to pull it up, we're going to bring this around. We're going to have our long end here, make a loop, overhand loop. We're going to bring the free end through the loop, around the back of here, and then through the hole we made, and then pull that tight. And now we have a loop here with a bowline at the end. Now this is going to tighten as you pull it, so there's no chance of it slipping. It's not a slip knot or anything like that. That's one variation. Overhand loop, we come through the loop, around the back of the main line, and then through that hole we made, and then pull that tight. And there you go, there's a bowline. You could even add a half hitch around this, again, if you had a long enough piece at the end, which could be a safety if you prefer, but usually not needed for this type of knot. Now I could also just tie it by itself, so if I was to do it by itself, it would just be add a little bit extra here. The loop, we come around the back here, come through, and then pull it tight while keeping this end open, like that. And then there we go. But that would enable you to have a loop end to maybe loop onto here or something like that. If I wanted to pull this up, I could just do that. Now again, there's a lot of different variations of the bowline, so do it how you please. Don't hate me if it's not your variation. It's different ways to do things. Let me show you a bonus knot that I like to use once in a while. It's not my favorite knot, but it is a nice quick knot that's a quick release. So you're gonna come over the top like this, have your long end on the left, short end on the right. You're gonna take a pinch of rope here, kind of like that, but make sure you have enough slack on the right side, so about this much. You're going to come around twice on this loop here. Once, twice. You're going to bring it around the front, make a little loop like so, and then pull it tight, like that. And you should be left with something that looks like that. Now this is almost like a variation of a bowline, but you can pull it very tight and it's going to self-tighten. And then when you need to take it off, all you do is pull this short end, and then it's off that quickly. So it's a good knot. I wouldn't use it for something super heavy because the knot itself is not the best strength force for load, but it is something that's quick and easy for something light if you're lowering something that needs to be done quickly. So let me show you one more time. We go over the top, we take a little circle bit here, take your free end, go around twice, once, twice, come around the back, kind of hold this here, come around the back, then you bundle this up into double like that, pull it tight, and boom. Now I should make this a little bit longer, but for this demonstration it's fine. There you go. Then when you're done, you just pull this and it's off just that quickly. All right, now I'm going to show you the third one. It's called the trekker's hitch. Now this one is perfect for tying down things like a frame to something on the ground that's bolted in, or like a sandbag cart that's heavy. You can use it to really ratchet down like a ratchet strap and really cinch down anything that you need cinched or tightened. I'm just going to act like this is my frame that's being flown, like an 8x frame, just because it's bolted down so I can really cinch it on the other end. So if I was gonna tie this like I would on set, I would just use the clove hitch we learned. So we come around once, come around again through the hole, pull that tight. Now we got our X, give it a half hitch, maybe 2 because I got enough room, and then boom. Now that's good. I'm just bringing it to the back end of my van because it's heavy and I can really cinch it. So let's tie this off to the van. First thing I actually want to do is I want to put a loop in this to be able to lash it through when I tie it. So what I'm going to do is simply come under the bottom, bring this other end to my fingers, and then pull it through that loop I just made, like that. And now we have a type of slip knot. Now if you do pull on this end, if you pull on both ends together, you're gonna undo the knot, which is the great thing about it. It's a quick release. So when you do it, same thing, underneath, through, and then like that. And now we have our loop that we can tie down to. What I'm gonna do is gonna bring this in doubled up through one of the tail hitch here. I'm gonna bring my end through, pulling it down, like so, really cinching it up. Now what I can do is just come through again, the same hole twice, and it creates a little bit of tension. So now when I pull this thing tight, it's gonna hold itself a little bit for me to really cinch it down. Now it's nice and tight. And then what I can do is put a half hitch here, or maybe one up top, one on the bottom. Now that's not going anywhere. So it's nice and tight, and it's staying tight. Let's try that one more time. Got my slip knot here. Bring that extra loose, just so I get more slack from the other end. Then I'm gonna bring the free end through once. I came through once. I'm gonna come through again, same way. Now we created like a double looping action, which tightens itself, or it tightens up on itself. So once you pull it, and then I let go, it's still tight. I mean, it's not super, super tight, but it's tighter than it would be, you know, without using it. So once it's tight like that, you take your free end, do a half hitch. Now we've got our trucker's hitch there, nice and tight. So here's another tip for wrapping up your ropes into nice hanks, is what I like to call them. Basically, you just take an arm length here, kind of like you're wrapping up a stinger, and you're just gonna do that until you get to the end of your line. You can make this a little bigger if you want, but this is the size I like. Now it doesn't have to be perfect loops every time like a stinger, but you should have the same loop size. So it's about, the loops are the same, but it doesn't have to, you know, look the greatest unless you really want it to. So once you get about this much left at the end, what I like to do is I take this free end, I come underneath of the long end there, take it and you wrap it around, pinching that inside of itself, and then wrap a couple more times, take the free end here, put it through the hole of all of the loops, and then pull it tight. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna cinch up the whole thing for you, and you have a little handle now. So you could put this, so I could just come over to my stand, hang this on a stand. So just a quick tip on wrapping them up. That's how I like to do it. Got another one here kind of wrapped up the same way. They just look nice, and you can hang them. So again, 3 of my knots that I like, and I use a bunch. Now there's a lot of different other knots to know, but these are the 3 basic ones that everyone should know, and they're very useful for everything. So if you're working on set, these are the ones most of the times you're using. If you guys have any other questions about knots or anything, let me know. If you want to see any other type of electric grip related, let me know in the comments. We'll see you next week.